in a market economy, there is an inbuilt penalty for irrational prejudice.
So now we can define irrational prejudice, and this gets to the issue of merit. So imagine you're making widgets. Well, then the hiring criteria is going to be facility in making widgets. And anything that isn't relevant to facility in making widgets is prejudicial. And if you allow those prejudices to influence your hiring decisions, you're going to be less competitive than someone who doesn't. And so the central tendency is against prejudice, not for it. It has to be. If you define prejudice as deviation from the proclivity to select for the desired output.
Right. And so, for example, the male-female alleged wage gap, I saw your wonderful interview on that issue. But on its own terms, it's odd then, if it really were true that in the United States, women only get paid whatever the number is, 88 cents a man for the same work. It's a mystery then. Well, so how come all the firms that are run by greedy capitalists aren't hiring just women? Because they can get the same output.
They make a 12% profit instantly by doing so.
Right.
And so if they're greedy and exploitive, why aren't they jumping all over that? And the counter argument has to be, well, they're so prejudiced against women that they'll allow that prejudice to override their greed.
I don't have to insist that every single employer thinks like that. Just all it would take is 5 to 10%. Like, for example, why don't the female-owned businesses at least just hire all women to take advantage of the fact that women will do the same work? You know what I mean? So it's the side that has to maintain that, no, it's this blind, irrational sexism that overrides the greed.
And then they have to explain, well, why? What the hell's the motivation exactly? Is that there's a widely distributed cabal of owners who are so prejudiced against women in the main that merely to sustain their prejudice against women, they're willing to take a 12% profit hit year after year. And none of them are deviating from that to gain a competitive advantage.